Without 3 of their regular starters tonight. That's a storyline that we're going to follow throughout this contest. Kansas looking for its who are a bit short-handed without Jayla Hemingway, Kylie Blackston, and Savannah Samuel. All 3 of those players inactive tonight. Kersgeter has 3 on the timer. Not aware. Shot heaved up, did hit rim. It was Yvette Mayberry, who's coming back from an injury herself. Mountaineers have their first offensive possession. So spot starts tonight for Danny Nichols, her second as a Mountaineer, and Tavi Diggs, her first as a Mountaineer. That was Madisen Smith from beyond the arc. She's making career start number 130 tonight, Meg. That's number 3 all-time, tied for 3rd all-time in West Virginia history.
And Madisen Smith will play a ton of minutes, as you see right away. Franklin from 3 in the corner. Great first defensive possession by the Mountaineers, but that's something they're going to have to be aware of. You still have to get out on shooters. You know that they have a presence inside, but you got to get on that three-point line.
It's Mayberry, Jackson, Kersgeter, Franklin, and Prater, the starting 5 for the visiting Jayhawks. West Virginia won 13 in a row against Kansas, but that winning streak was snapped last season. Jayhawks have won the last 3 meetings. But wins here in this gym have been rare for the team from Lawrence, Kansas. West Virginia 8-3 all-time in this series here at the Coliseum. Franklin, ball fake this time from the corner. Entry pass was kicked.
And that's where West Virginia, their rotation defensively is going to be so important tonight. You saw Watson and Diggs double Jackson inside. They skip the ball over. Everyone's rotating. But, again, there's that basketball play by Watson. She comes over, kicks the ball, but the rotation is going to have to be key.
Mayberry inside to Jackson, and the 6'6 senior has her first bucket. She leads the Jayhawks in scoring, 15.6 points per game, but maybe even more impressively, the Big 12's leading rebounder, 12 boards per game, the only player in the conference averaging a double-double this season. And she's going to cause headaches for West Virginia tonight with those 3 players injured. Between Hemingway and Blackston, that's 10 rebounds per game on average that the Mountaineers have sitting on their bench due to injury. Franklin, pickpocket. Mayberry back to Franklin. 3 ball is short. Rebound, Watson. Battle on the board. It's going to be something to watch. West Virginia, one of the worst rebounding teams in the Big 12. Meanwhile, Kansas is second best in rebounding margin. Another thing Jackson does well is deflect shots. She leads the conference. That's her 65th block of the season. And it's Prater with another bucket for the visitors. And Coach Don Plitzowite wants a timeout. We haven't played 3 minutes, and the Jayhawks lead by a touchdown.
And West Virginia offensively has to find a way to get Jackson out from under the hoop. She plays very well defensively and coming out. That's a huge shot for Watson. Not allowed to sit inside, block shots, and grab rebounds. You got to get her out of that paint.
Not exactly Watson's cup of tea. 24% three-point shooter this season, but she gets the Mountaineers on the board.
Hey, with 3 players out, you got to find some offense, and that's a huge shot from Watson. You can't bypass that when 3 players are out. You have to kind of change your mindset a little bit as almost a role player on the offensive end and get in there and take that shot that you might not normally take.
Mountaineers doubled the entry pass. Beh tipped it. Here's Smith on the other end. Rainmaker from Madisen.
Man, West Virginia has not shot the 3-ball very well this season. Only 27% last game. You got to step in and hit them when the players aren't there, as we mentioned, with 3 players injured tonight.
Well, Meg Bolger, we've settled into this contest as it's another 3 for Kyah.
How to time it.
Smith, another 3. That one rims out. Meg, what about a key for West Virginia playing shorthanded tonight without regular starters Jayla Hemingway and Kylie Blackston?
Well, their bench points, they had 18 versus Iowa State. They're going to have to be on floor points. I mean, you get Danny Nichols starting. You got to get those points that usually come off the bench.
A basket there for Kansas a moment ago. Quinterly's shot might have been partially blocked, but she got it back. Quinterly tries a baseline pass to Beh, but it's through her hands. Here comes Franklin in transition. Nadira El-Tayeb, the new entrant for Kansas. Kersgeter trying to split the defense. Quinterly has it. First action for Sarah Bates. A reverse layup goes. The concussion.
I mean, that's a lot of production that you're not going to get, even when you're looking to your bench. They're not there. They're already on the floor.
Smith gets the membership roll. Mountaineers could use a little bit more of that from Madisen Smith, who already has 2 triples tonight. Her and Zakiya Franklin going to be a great guard matchup, both with 6 points. And an offensive foul.
She's going to go get it. I think she thought she was more on that left side than she was.
Other end, Bates.
You got to take it any way you can get it. And that's the thing. These players, a lot of them are taking shots, like we mentioned, that they wouldn't normally take. And that gives you a little bit of confidence, though, when you come down and you bank that first one in.
Jayhawks 5 of 11 as a team. West Virginia 5 for 15 from the field. Approaching the final minute of action in the first quarter. Mountaineers with a 2-point lead, thanks to the banked-in 3 ball by Bates.
And no matter how they go in, that's important for West Virginia to be able to hit those shots, so Kansas has to play them honestly and come out.
Another 3 from Kyah Watson. Virginia has now scored 11 unanswered to pull in front by 5. Talegdi misses. Jackson with the second chance. She's fouled. Still without Ioana Hatzileanti, the Athens, Greece native who has now missed 8. Jackson made the first and the second, 63%. Mountaineers average 6.6 made 3-pointers today, or this season. Today they're 5 for 9 from beyond the arc through the first 10 minutes. Mountaineers leading by a triple as the second quarter begins. Madisen Smith has a pair of 3-pointers to Sarah Bates, driving baseline. 8 to shoot for Watson off the glass.
Getting those steals, but not when you come in with that angle. It's like a fullback.
Franklin checks back in for Kansas, gets her first touch, swings around to Mayberry. And here's Kerskeeter, who averages 14 per game for the Jayhawks. Franklin, we've got an offensive 1 win away from 500 in his head coaching career, and 2 wins away from 100 at Kansas. Madisen Smith dribbles that one out of bounds. He won the 2010 Division II National Championship at Emporia State, and last year was the Big 12 Coach of the Year. So interestingly enough, this is a matchup between 2 coaches who have won national championships, as Don Plitzowite was a 2006 Division II national champ with Grand Valley State. Jackson, mid-range jumper is good.
Not a bad play from Madisen Smith, but a great hustle play actually by Mayberry for the Jayhawks to get back and save that 2 points in transition.
Quinterly inside to Beh for her first basket.
Does a great job of Beh. Jackson not on her, recognizing that, able to just post up one-on-one, an easy left-handed bucket.
Inside, Kerskeeter with the answer. Watson, first player in double figures. She played for Don Plitzowite last year at South Dakota. Really coming into her own here over the last couple of weeks in her redshirt sophomore campaign, her first as a Mountaineer. Prater from the foul line. She gets the roll. Bates. Now Smith in the corner. Inside after the ball fake. Works as a pass to Beh, who's going to go to the free throw line.
Great job. You got your post. You got your big inside to get that weak side offensive rebound. That's huge. Pull Jackson out.
Handler, Prater. Beh hit the first of 2 and got the second to go. Meg, your thoughts on Beh, who's going to, we think, see a lot of minutes tonight with Kylie Blackston sideline with a leg injury.
I thought she played very well in the past few games that I've seen her. She comes in and gets good minutes. Not a lot of turnovers. Get some rebounds, maybe a shot here and there. If you can get her going on the offensive end, get even greater minutes, right below her.
to a 6'6" forward, no less. 7 turnovers now for the Jayhawks through the first 15 minutes of action. Smith, another rainmaker, 3-pointer, and that's 400 made field goals now for the 50-year senior from South Carolina. Another entry pass, this one stolen away. 6 on the shot clock here as West Virginia resumes action up by 8. Quinterly with urgency inside to Beh. What a great dish to set up Isis Beh for the bucket. 10-point Mountaineer lead. Mountaineers foul inside. Franklin, first trip to the free throw line. Swishes the first. She hits both and has 8 points to lead the Jayhawks. Great screen by Beh to set up Quinterly, but she walked with it on the low block.
That they get inside, outside, as I mentioned, because that brings Jackson away from the ball. That gets her in different defensive positions rather than just passing along the perimeter where she can stand and wait.
All 30 of the Mountaineers' points coming from 4 scorers. J.J. Quinterly yet to get on the...
Getting into Jackson, just standing right in those passing lanes waiting.
Nichols, corner 3 is short, but she got her own rebound. Inside to Beh, up, but no good. She'll go to the free throw line.
Pick, or right there, you saw Danny Nichols have to come in and get her own rebound. Jackson's out. Beh's able to hang on that.
Beh 0 for 2. Rebound, Danny Nichols, and it going particularly on offense. Nichols will go to the line.
Ball side pass from Madisen Smith to Danny Nichols right there on the left-hand side. That shouldn't get through there if you're on defense.
So Prater and Nichols missed the first, but got the second. Mayberry to Legdy, Jackson, Franklin, and Kurzgeter on the floor for the final 2 minutes of the half.
West Virginia doing a really nice job of staying in position, help defense, and that's almost textbook right now as Kansas is bringing it around the perimeter. It's just a tough take right there.
Smith misses the 3. Watson couldn't corral it. Jayhawks get the ball. Kansas just ended a 4-minute field goal drought and now goes back-to-back third three-pointer.
Yeah, that left corner has been a sweet spot for Franklin.
Final minute of the half. Great entry pass from Smith to Nichols.
The screen rather went towards 3 Kansas defenders, crossed up, and that's a great read from Danny Nichols. Just slipping right there to the right side. It makes a great pass to a great cut from Nichols.
Wide Mayberry makes the first. Sent to the free throw line by Quinterly, who has her second personal foul and goes to the bench. On the bench tonight with an injury, but we'll tell you more about her journey to West Virginia from the Pac-12 to Mountaineer country. Final 10 seconds. Smith working with it, kicking to Beh for 3. Got it!
Get maybe 1 or 2 of those, and then you have to take care of business at home.
Time to switch sides as the third quarter begins. West Virginia.
You got to get some cuts inside, as we mentioned before. Get Jackson to have to come out of the paint, but that comes from going inside and out. And when you stand a pass around the perimeter, that's not going to happen.
Chandler Prater going inside and finds the bottom of the hoop. Her 6 on the night. Quick reminder for West Virginia, Jayla Hemingway and Kylie Blackston inactive tonight. Both players have leg injuries. Savannah Samuel, a third inactive for WVU with a concussion. As Quinterly, 68% free throw shoot. This season, Meg, as she has scored more effectively against better opposition. Her average is 18 points per game against Big 12 teams. Second foul on Watson. West Virginia brings Isis Beh back into the action. That's an easy putback.
In transition, probably a little bit more than she actually did, but got it up high enough off the glass, but still, as you mentioned, saves the possession.
She'll try a long 2 this time and connect with 10 points or more for Madisen Smith. On the other end, Prater can't get it to go. 2-possession game, West Virginia leading 39-36. The Mountaineers led by 14 at halftime last time they played Kansas back in January, but lost that game by double digits. Another tremendous defensive play by Madisen Smith.
And you got to love that Madisen Smith was the one that had the turnover, not the right angle for that pass, but sprints back and is able to get the steal.
Watson for 3.
Yeah, that's a great take, just a little bit more under control. And that pass is open. I see the direction she was going with that.
Franklin wants to go inside to Jackson. That's a quick bucket. Jackson, 15 points per game. Most rebounds per game in the Big 12, 12 a game. Also leads the conference in field goal percentage.
Kurzgeter got through it in literally the nick of time to not get a foul.
Prater goes corner to Franklin for three. She's been
Franklin,
hot.
The lefty just gets it off so fast.
2 fouls on Franklin, both teams with 2 team fouls here in the third quarter.
Kansas right now switching to a zone. And that's what West Virginia, don't get caught standing around passing. You got to penetrate and pitch. Penetrate, all right. Well, ask for much more. I mean, she knocks down shots when she has to. She divvies the ball well, plays hard defense.
Jackson inside, great take. Texas head coach mentioned when the Longhorns were here a couple of weeks ago, you make runs in the NCAA tournament by winning with guards. And West Virginia's really got some talented players at that position.
Oh, they absolutely do, and it runs through Madisen Smith. Quinterly having a tough night tonight, but you have players like Danny Nichols, Sarah Bates coming in. Jayla Hemingway, she's more of like a 3-4 swing guard that can get to the basket. They have strong guards that can hit shots when they need to, and if they can kind of pull this one away, we'll see as time goes on. I mean, this is a big one to have with you have 2 of your primary guards on the bench.
Strum had the strip on the other side. She goes inside. Jackson with another finish. Tiana Jackson and the KU offense really came alive. Both Jackson and Franklin, 14 points apiece for the visitors. And 8 of Jackson's 14 points have come over the last 9+ minutes. 7 to shoot. Quinterly matching with Jackson. Now 3 to shoot. Inside, got it off the glass.
A good angle. I'm used to getting to the rim, and I'm going to.
Shot clock turned off now. Final 9 seconds of the third quarter. Prater fouled by Nichols. Annie Nichols sends Prater to the free throw line, and she misses the first. Second one rolls in there. 7 points for Prater. She'll go to the bench, replaced by Kersgeter. Can West Virginia get one more shot off? Smith splitting the double. Smith! You gotta be kidding me! Season high. They're also 13-1 when leading after 3 quarters this season. Diggs missed everything, got her own rebound, but couldn't get the putback. West Virginia looking to snap a 3-game losing streak against Kansas. Mountaineers lead the all-time series 16-7. Jackson inside, got the bucket.
She's going to go up and get it, but her footwork is phenomenal inside.
Tried to go into her again. Watson was all over that. Run out West Virginia. Here's Bates with the layup. Saw that stat flash on your screen a moment ago. West Virginia with 16 bench points. Kansas with none. How critical those bench points have been with 2 regular starters for West Virginia sidelined tonight in Jayla Hemingway and Kylie Blackston, who combined averaged more than 15 points per game.
And that's a great step back, because if the 3 isn't there, you know you're not going to take it into the paint and have anything. It's a great shot for Sarah Bates.
2 teams tied for 6th in the Big 12 Conference. Huge game for both parties. First free throw is good. Give her 15 points. And she's got another one. Her 20th double-figure game this season. That's a career high for the senior from Lakeland, Florida. 16 points tonight. Smith inside. Great pass to Isis Beh for the Salt Lake City Community College transfer. 11 points. Mayberry, great cut to answer.
Mayberry really does a nice job. When she drives, it's always a straight line. She got picked for Madisen Smith the one time in transition, but I was thinking she looks like she's walking on a tightrope every single time she drives.
Mayberry comes from a basketball family. Her father, Lee, played 7 seasons in the NBA with the Milwaukee Bucks and Vancouver Grizzlies. She's got 3 older sisters who have all played or are one of the top players in the Big 12. The current Big 12 Player of the Week and arguably most improved player in the conference. Back to a 5-point game.
And that's a tough bounce there for Beh, but That's the thing. Jackson's so long. If you're going to box her out, you need to push and clear out space.
Quinterly a three. That's now 11 threes as a team for WVU. Just the 5th time that's happened since January 24 of 2018. First time the Mountaineers have had 11 three-pointers in a game this season. Other end, 3 is no good for Kansas. Bates calling for it and gets it. Single digits on the timer. Watson has to chuck it up and draws a foul.
Let alone coming off the bench, taking your time, letting shots come to you, and taking the right ones.
Second free throw is no good. Inside to Jackson. Left-hander is good.
Your feet defensively so that Jackson does not get position, because when she gets it, she generally does not lose it.
Watson clanks it off the back of the rim. Chance to make it a 2-possession game. Watson comes over and commits the foul.
Kyah Watson just a little bit late there to take the charge.
3rd personal on Watson. 3rd team foul for West Virginia in the final quarter. Mayberry a 3, swish. Smith, long 2. Can't get it off the bank that time.
And that's tough because Kansas has a very short bench as it is. So these minutes with no fouls and getting balanced scoring are so important for Kansas as well.
Mountaineers have hit a bit of a cold snap here. They're 0 for their last 4. And they've gone more than 2 minutes without a field goal. Kersgeter a 3. Rims out. Rebound Jackson. 3 white jerseys in there, and Jackson. So maybe a bit of a fortunate break there for West Virginia, which has gone cold. Mountaineers need a bucket on this possession, leading by 4. Sarah Bates to Isis Beh to Kyah Watson. 6 to shoot. Watson driving. Pass to Beh, and another bucket on the low block for Isis.
And you got 10 seconds off the shot clock there. It's still at least a 2-possession game.
Kersgeter misses everything. Watson tries to save it for West Virginia. It's back to Kersgeter, who scores. They'll bring it in just to the left of our table here courtside. Quick pass into Madisen Smith. Has it stripped. Kansas has the ball. Big steal by Prater on the other end. Mayberry splitting and scoring. 2-point game. They find Nichols again. Mayberry commits the foul.
Call a timeout immediately.
Nichols, 1st of 2 is no good. So steady this season. This free throw could make it a 3-point game. Missed both. And a timeout.
And West Virginia, again, only with 3 fouls, so that has to be immediate as well.
Kersgeter to inbound. 4.8 on the clock. Franklin driving. Kicking to Jackson, who misses. Her first miss of the night comes at the buzzer, and West Virginia survives 62-60.
Wow.